Okay, I'd like to welcome out to this evening's regular board meeting of the Lakeview Public Schools Board of Education. Today, Tuesday, January 6, 2026, 7:30 p.m. at the boardroom at the Wheat Educational Campus. I'd like to call the attention, Mr. Paulson, the appointment of temporary chairman and secretary.
Board of Education should appoint a temporary chairperson and temporary secretary in order to conduct the election of officer for the Lakeview Board of Education for the remainder of the 25-26 school year through January 2027.
Mr. Superintendent, I move that the superintendent of schools, Carl D. Paulson, be appointed as temporary chairperson and Alyssa Calden as temporary secretary.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. As temporary chairperson, I will conduct the election of the president. If there should be two or more candidates for the position, the election must be conducted by voice vote. Upon completion of the election of the president, the newly elected president for 2026 will then conduct the remainder of the election of the officers. There are 3 additional officers to be elected, including vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So I open the floor for nominations for president.
Mr. Paulson, I nominate Daniel Dabrowski for president.
Do we have any other nominations for president? Hearing none. Congratulations, Mr. Dombrowski.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. All right, as we continue on with the nominations and elections for the following officers, we'll start with Vice President. Nominations for Vice President.
Mr. President, I nominate the incumbent, Robin Martin.
I second that nomination.
Okay, we have a nomination and a second for Ms. Martin. Any other nominations? Okay, Ms. Martin, by acclamation, you are the Vice President for the 2026 calendar year. Congratulations. Now we move on to the Secretary position.
Mr. President, I nominate the incumbent, Robin Stanton, as the secretary.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay, by acclamation, Ms. Stanton, you are hereby elected the Secretary for the 2026 calendar year. Congratulations. Now we move on to Treasurer.
Mr. President, I nominate the incumbent, Mr. Baer, as treasurer.
Mr. President, I second that nomination.
Okay, any other nominations for Treasurer? Okay, hearing none. Mr. Bear, by acclamation, you are hereby the Treasurer for the 2026 calendar year.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all those appointed this evening. Now we move on to the regular meeting. I'd like to call the attention of the board to the minutes of the regular meeting of December 2, 2025.
Mr. President, I move to approve the meeting minutes from last month.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Bear, support by Ms. Martin. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Madam Secretary, have we any public communication this evening?
Mr. President, we do have public communication this evening.
Okay.
We have Ms. Sarah Hayter.
Members of the school board, administrators, and community partners. My name is Sarah Hadar. I'm here representing CARE of Southeastern Michigan, a nonprofit organization located in Roseville that serves communities throughout Macomb County. Our mission is to strengthen families and build healthier communities through prevention, education, and support services. We are funded by Macomb County Community Mental Health to provide a variety of substance use prevention programs within schools and communities across the county. At CARE Southeastern Michigan, we believe that prevention begins with connection. Connection to resources, to education, and most importantly, to one another. Our prevention programs focus on helping young people develop the skills they need to make healthy, informed choices and build resilience in the face of challenges. We work closely with schools, community coalitions, and local organizations to provide tools and education that support students' well-being and reduce risk factors related to substance use and mental health. Some of the prevention programs we currently offer in schools include Life Skills, which focuses on building decision-making, communication, and refusal skills, and Too Good, which promotes goal setting and positive coping strategies. We also offer vape use prevention and marijuana use prevention programs, which are designed as educational and restorative alternatives to suspension. These programs give students the opportunity to learn about the impacts of substance use, develop healthier coping strategies, and re-engage in positive school behavior without the long-term consequences of disciplinary action. In addition to classroom-based programming, we collaborate with several community coalitions throughout Macomb County, including groups like SNAP, which stands for Shores Network for Action and Prevention. We're located here in St. Clair Shores. The coalition brings together schools, law enforcement, health professionals, parents, and youth to work collectively toward reducing youth substance use and promoting positive, healthy lifestyles. We generally meet the first Thursday of every month. Obviously, the first Thursday was January 1st, so we moved the meeting to January 8th. We do meet at Senator Hertel's office on Mack Avenue, if you're familiar with where that's located. We also offer a virtual component as well, so if you can't make the meeting, we offer that in Zoom. We know that schools play a crucial role in prevention. Teachers and staff see firsthand how stress, peer influence, and access to substances can affect students' academic performance and overall well-being. By working together, we can ensure prevention is proactive, not just reactive. Early education and ongoing support help students make healthy choices, build self-confidence, and stay connected to their school community. At CARE, we are always looking to strengthen partnerships with school districts by offering programs that meet your students' unique needs. Whether it's implementing prevention lessons, providing parent education sessions, or supporting student-led initiatives, our goal is to make prevention part of the everyday culture within schools. We also help schools use local data, such as MyFi survey results, to guide programming and address the most pressing concerns among youth in our community. Ultimately, our vision is to create schools where prevention is embedded into the foundation of student success, where every student feels supported, valued, and equipped with the skills to make healthy choices. When schools, families, and community organizations work together, we create lasting impact that extends far beyond the classroom. I appreciate your time this evening and for your continued dedication to the students and families in our district. I just wanted to add that I have been at Lakeview within the past couple months. We've hosted a lunch table there about 3 times, and we've had some great engagement with the students. In fact, between Lakeview and Lakeshore, we've engaged with about 250 students. We bring a Plinko board, we pass out, we ask them questions with this Plinko board about substance use prevention, healthy coping mechanisms, and if they get the question right, we pass out a snap highlighter or a pen. And the students, I mean, they know us by now. We actually had Miss St. Clair Shores with us at Lakeview, so we had a great response with that. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know as she walks away, the board did see a picture of that Plinko game in Miss St. Clair Shores that I snapped when I was at the high school at the lunchtime when they were there that day. And we have had, as you know, we've had a relationship with CARE for a long time, and you've even had activity that you've had conversation about at the table here with respect to CARE. So thank you, Sarah.
Yes, thank you. Any other public communication?
No, there's not.
No? Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to item F, Board of Education and Administration comments. First, here's hoping that everybody had a healthy and grand Christmas and Happy New Year. Hope everything's going well to kick off the brand-new 2026 campaign. I know we're pretty energized here to get things going after the week and a half, 2 weeks off. Get the batteries charged and get ready for the second half of the school year. To that end, I see we have a nice audience here this evening for some recognition. So we always enjoy having people come in here for recognitions because all too often we have people coming in here for other reasons. And this is good to see rewarding activities. Any other comments from the board?
Excited for the new year.
Yep, 2026 already. Where's that time gone? Mr. Paulson?
Absolutely. Happy New Year to all on behalf of the staff and leadership of Lakeview. We look forward to many good things coming here to us in 2026. I will say, very unique, once every 2 years. Lakeview recently had our credit report profile updated by Moody's. We have a Moody's report, we have a Standard & Poor's report. And issued in December 2025, Lakeview maintained our high A2 credit rating. This will help us as we go out to the bond market in March for the sale of the first series of bonds that were passed in November by the voters. That sale will be $12.9 million to start the first batch of work here in this building. We hosted a mountain of activities. I'm sure Isabella's going to reference a few of those, as she did in December when she reported. And we had our kids back for, after break yesterday, and ironically, very, very high attendance. Now, that might be because some families were ready to have their kids back in school. We understand that, those of us that have kids. We were chatting about that, about our college kids earlier. And finally, I want to share something very exciting and challenging for us here at Central Office. The Wheat Educational Campus, the building we're in right now, the back half is Early Childhood Center. The front half is the board and administrative functions, so technology, curriculum, human resources, all of that. This building will actually begin under construction January 26th on this side, because we are going to convert it to all early childhood classrooms. So the back won't be touched initially, because we're going to do all heating and cooling, but in the school year, the back will stay early childhood. The front will be empty. Yes, we will be gone in a few days, and we are moving to what is commonly known as the St. Germain School at Little Mac and Martin. That campus has been empty for a couple of years now. The Our Lady of Hope Parish is still operating. We're going to lease some classroom space in the little office area that they had, and we're going to move all of our operations from this building over there. And that'll probably be accomplished in just a couple of days over the MLK holiday weekend. I hope. We worked closely with our board, obviously, with the city leadership. There's some approvals that were necessary for us to get some fiber pulled over there. We worked obviously closely with the Archdiocese of Detroit, who is the owner of that property. And we have come to, the final stages of getting that all worked out and arranged. So we'll put some communication out from my office to all families, and we'll put it into, probably have a story in the CNG Sentinel to make sure the community is aware that we will be gone from here. I don't want people to have to come up to the door and see a sign while there's fencing and a bunch of construction materials out in the parking lot area. But we will be excited to have this opened for business in August 2026. And that's very aggressive, but our friends at Barton Mallow and our partners in architecture, colleagues, believe that we can do it, and that's our plan. So we don't do anything easy or simple, but we do it for the right reasons. And having more space to serve students and families in the early childhood center is what we need, because we have waiting lists by the end of February when we open in February for our preschool operations. So we can't accommodate all the people that want that service with us, and so we will be able to do that when we convert this side of the building. And it won't be pretty going into a 1950s building that was just classrooms, but we can go anywhere and we'll make it work. So, yep. And that's all I've got.
All right. Any other comments?
Yes. Happy New Year to everybody. It's nice to be back and starting our second part of the year. We have open positions in various areas, so I just want to point people to our website. We have some teaching positions open. We have parapro latchkey that we've been trying to fill since last spring, as you know, so those are out there. And just today, we posted Jefferson Middle School, Washington, D.C. trip bus supervisor. So if you know anybody who's interested, send them our way on our website, please.
No, that would be more or less a chaperone type role, right? Supervisor. Okay. Any other comments? Any further comments from the board?
I'd just like to say that I'm very excited about the expansion in our educational programs we're offering, and thank you in advance for all the hard work and coordination that's ahead of you.
Yes, this building has served us well in, 12, 13 years we've been in here. And, we moved to get bigger, and we're moving again to get bigger, so it's all good. It's all for the right reasons. So, Carl, to you and your team, all the best, and thank you for everything you've done and you're going to do in getting this thing behind us. So.
Yeah, and forgive our boxes. We have a lot of boxes in a lot of places around the hallways here today.
Cool. All right. On with the agenda. Student Representative Report. Ms. Rexroad, good evening.
Before break at the Wheat Building, each class had holiday celebrations. They even had a special visit from Santa himself. The preschoolers eased back into the school routine rather easily after 2 weeks off. The children were excited to tell the staff all about how they spent their holidays. This first week back, teachers are spending time reteaching classroom and school-wide expectations to set a positive tone for the rest of the school year. This month, they have the Macomb County Health Department on site for 9 days and will complete hearing and vision screening on all of the preschoolers. This month, in Bridges Math, they are learning about mittens, snow, and snowmen, as well as extending basic patterns and solving simple story problems. At the end of this week, they have their next center-wide PBIS assemblies. The focus this time will be teaching students how to be safe at school. It has been a very nice holiday season at Princeton. Before the holiday, Princeton enjoyed the best Perry's Emporium yet, with all proceeds going to Princeton families in need. In addition, the PTO has sponsored for a second year in a row a Santa shop for all students to come and shop throughout the week. PTO provides each student a budget, and volunteers assist the students in shopping with their means. Such a nice time. They had dozens upon dozens of volunteers at Princeton the week before break, and they thank everyone for taking the time to come out and make the day so special. Looking ahead into the new year, Princeton once again is hosting the Science Alive program Tuesday the 6th and Wednesday the 7th, whereas numerous live animals are brought to each classroom for an authentic, hands-on experience for the students. This program is a Princeton favorite, and they appreciate the PTO's support in making these memories for the students. Princeton would like to wish everyone a happy and healthy 2026. Greenwood had a busy but wonderful month of December. They celebrated Grinch Day and Polar Express Day during the last week before break and had a virtual school-wide Christmas Carol sing-along. The halls were filled with Christmas joy, and you could hear students belting their favorite Christmas carol while PAWS visited classrooms and danced. During the month of December, they set a goal to answer 150,000 questions on IXL. Scholars set their mind to this, and as a building, 160,200 questions were answered. In the Jingle All the Way challenge, students were competing to see who could answer the most grade level questions correctly, and our winner answered 3,450 questions correctly during the 3 weeks of December. She was celebrated with a certificate, snacks, and prizes from the PBIS cart. They are gearing up for an exciting January at Greenwood. This month, they are focusing on answering ELA questions on IXL and getting all of the kindergarten students practicing skills. Winter benchmarking starts this week, and they are looking forward to seeing the growth that our scholars have made this year. They will also have a school-wide assembly Wednesday, January 7th, to review our PBIS expectations and recognize students that have gone above and beyond in showing our second step skills of empathy and compassion. While they are looking forward to all the challenges and events throughout the month, the thing Greenwood is most excited about is an author visit by Jonathan Rand, author of Michigan and American Chillers, as well as the Dollar Store Danny series. On Thursday, January 15th, one of the students entered a raffle for a school visit and won. They were shocked when they got a call directly from Jonathan Rand himself to schedule a visit. It is going to be a wonderful month. Over the past few weeks, Ardmore has had a lot of positive things happening that really show the strong sense of community in the building. One highlight was a whole school holiday sing-along where students came together to celebrate the season before winter break. The gym was full of music and excitement, and a special visit from Santa, thanks to the Ardmore PTO, made the experience even more memorable for students. Students also enjoyed a performance by the Macombers, a local singing group that continues to return to Ardmore because of how respectful and enthusiastic the students are as an audience. Students had a great time singing along and really showed pride in their school. Ardmore families also worked incredible generosity through the school's giving tree. Families and staff worked together to provide gifts and support to other Ardmore families during the holiday season, helping ensure that everyone felt cared for and included. This effort highlighted the compassion and kindness that are a big part of Ardmore's culture. Ardmore's PTO and teachers also hosted a successful holiday market, welcoming families into the building and creating a fun, festive atmosphere. Feedback from families highlighted how welcoming and well-organized the event was. Harmon is excited to complete the winter benchmark assessments that begin this week. Kindergarteners, first graders, and second graders will complete the Fast Bridge assessment, while third, fourth, and fifth graders will complete the NWEA Measure of Academic Progress assessment. Assessments run through January 29th. They are going to use the winter data to help teachers drive their instruction in small groups with all scholars. IXL digital programming is driving high engagement from all scholars. Currently, their Hawks have correctly answered over 435,000 questions in reading, math, science, and social studies, with the goal of reaching 1 million. Their hard work on specific skills and challenges is helping them learn more each day. During December, Harmon is working on their Growing the Grinch's Heart project. This project captures scholars at home doing good deeds, such as complimenting someone, making your bed before school, or cleaning up after yourself at home. The hearts are filled out and colored and added to our Grinch board to grow his heart. During December, the Hawks racked up 1,694 hearts for the Grinch. Finally, Harmon Hawks will be working on the core value of cooperation throughout the month of January. They are going to celebrate Hawks who work together and help one another reach a common goal. Jefferson Patriots have returned from holiday break and are ready to wrap up quarter 2 in the first semester. The winter NWEA testing window is open, and JMS students will be tested in mathematics and reading. Social emotional learning is continuing at JMS, with middle school students beginning their third unit and second step, focusing work on thoughts, emotions, and decisions. JMS 8th graders will continue to hold community circles during advisory period every Tuesday. JMS's chapter of Social Studies Olympiad, sponsored by Mrs. Tina Carlton, will begin meeting to prepare their work for the submission deadline of March. They are excited to see what they design and create. The JMS robotics team, Control-Alt-Delete, had their most award-winning season yet. They received the Design Award, first place, Control Award, second place, Most Artistic Poster, peer recognition, Coolest Team Name, peer recognition, and Best Alliance Partner, peer recognition. Congratulations to the coaches and students of Control-Alt-Delete. A huge thank you to the JMS PTO for their Winter Wonderland meals and gifts for staff leading up to holiday break. The students and staff at Lakeview want to wish all a Happy New Year. NWA winter testing starts this week on Wednesday and concludes on Friday. Makeups will take place the week of the 12th. Our PBIS committee is working on our next attendance initiative, recognizing those students with perfect attendance. Last month, we recognized numerous students who improved their attendance with Attendance Never Tasted So Sweet, hot chocolate bar. Congratulations to those who improved their attendance. Our second unified basketball game will take place on Wednesday, January 7th at 4 p.m. at Grosse Pointe North High School. The first semester is winding down quickly. Final exams will take place on January 22nd and 23rd. Each of those days, students will be dismissed at 11 a.m. The second semester starts on January 26th. The annual CTE Awards banquet will take place on February 9th at the MISD. Yearly, LHS has talented students honored in this banquet that specialize in drafting, CAD design, teacher cadet, and automotive. A special shout out to Mrs. Price, Miss Curd, and Mr. Schneider. Planning for graduation has started. Graduation will take place on the LHS football field on May 29th at 6:30 p.m. The ceremony will look very much like it did last year with a few minor tweaks to improve. Thank you so much and have a Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Just minus the rain.
Well, thank you, Ms. Rexroad. Again, a lot going on in the district, a lot to be proud of, and, thank you for reporting all that to us. Does anybody have any questions for our student rep this evening?
No, I just hope that author comes and now we have a St. Clair Shores thriller, chiller, whatever.
Yeah.
I know my daughter would come back from Ann Arbor, she read all those books, like she could not put those down. So,
Cool.
I just want to say that when I was programming up at Central Michigan in the late 80s, I can't imagine that we'd have a club called Control Alternate Delete. There was a lot of things I wanted to control alternate delete in those dorm room computers, but, oh boy, come a long way.
did they have to have a separate dorm just for the computer?
Yeah, well, that was the mainframe, yeah. It's a building, yeah, back then.
Back in the 80s, huh?
You know,
You're dating yourself.
you know. You got me by a few, buddy.
Thanks again. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, moving on with the agenda. Item H, appointment of board subcommittees. Go ahead.
At this time, the Board of Education traditionally appoints board members to subcommittees listed below are the committees in the current 2025 year. So now we would take suggestions or recommendations for Mr. President on any changes.
Now, I know some people at times make comments about, they'd like to move somewhere else and do something different. Are there any desires to switch anything? I know Mr. Miskelly had some.
WS3, I'll take one more, I only have two. I'll lighten somebody's load for a year.
Well, I will, I'll give up a curriculum or personnel, either one, whoever would like to take it. Mr. Miskelly, you're,
I'll do curriculum, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll take that one.
sounds good.
Okay, as it stands for personnel, we have Ms. Martin, Ms. Stanton, and Mr. Miskelly. Curriculum, we have Mr. Miskelly, Ms. Taylor, Ms. Stanton. Building and Site, Mr. Asia, Mr. Bear, and Ms. Martin. Finance, Mr. Asia, Mr. Bear, and Ms. Taylor. Ad hoc, Mr. Asia, Ms. Stanton, and Mr. Miskelly. Are there any other desired changes or moves that people have? All's good? Okay. One change in curriculum. Perfect. Thank you. Moving on to item I, setting 2026 Board of Education meeting dates.
The attached 2026 tentative calendar has been prepared for board consideration. The proposed calendar was developed with the same meeting schedule as calendar year 2025, except for a couple of minor tweaks. Administration expects to provide the board a similar schedule of training topics as considered in 2025. This time, administration requesting the board meeting dates be set for February 2026 through January 2027.
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Education approve the tentative 2026 board meeting calendar of meeting dates February 2026 through January 2027.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Taylor, support by Mr. Asia. Discussion on the motion. Ms. Martin?
Well, yes, I know that I cannot attend February, I won't be here that day.
February
I mean, I'm the
17th?
only one, so.
That's fine.
What was the date that we wanted to have the
This year's is on the back.
graduation?
Oh, well,
Do we need to add that in there somewhere?
graduation? That's not a board meeting.
But we were gonna add it to the board meeting for the virtual school.
Yeah, but it needs to be the third.
Yes.
And I'm very much in favor of that,
Oh, that would have been the nights of the awards.
so that's
Awards
gonna be
night.
the June 2nd board meeting?
I'm sorry?
Okay.
Yes.
So I just don't know if we need to note it here or not, but
Moving
I
to
am in
virtual.
favor of that.
Graduation on June 2.
Oh, yeah, we can put that in the
Yeah.
records and
I'm just.
make it
bringing up
obvious.
To discuss.
Yeah, make it obvious, sure.
Okay. And we'll start that half hour prior to the regular board meeting.
Yeah, 7 PM as opposed to 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe what we do is have the budget at 6:30 and the graduation at 7, but I don't know, whatever's most convenient.
We may be in a situation where we're giving you budgets to approve June 16.
Okay.
So that'll be fluid at this point.
Well, something will be done. That's
Our illustrious state, yes.
coming back around for the fourth time as an interim business official, but we'll make it work.
Make a suggestion. Did somebody say 7 o'clock for the virtual graduation?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
No, that's earlier than that.
Like 6:45, that gives us 45 minutes. It's gonna be quick, but then we can transition it to the board meeting. If we gotta tear anything down, send it up, it gives us that.
As far as that goes, I don't see any,
Okay.
we could put the board meeting start time in here, but as far as that
Virtual can be
LDS,
what- we'll determine what
you
it
guys
is.
can change the time
Figure what
that
it
works
is.
for whatever you guys have going on. We'll just note it on here as being that date, but the time TBD.
Okay.
6 PM start. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Item J, school board recognition.
Every year in January is the opportunity by the Michigan Association of School Boards and our state to recognize the fact that all around the state, approximately 800 school boards, the majority of which are K-12 districts and a handful are charters. They all have school boards that are served by, in our case, residents of the district. And those folks are, generally not paid, or if they are paid anything, it's a very nominal amount. So they basically are all volunteers throughout the state, and that's thousands of people, literally. And we have 7 here at our table who we have a moment to say something about. They have a certificate and a little mug with a little bit of candy inside as a token gift. But thank you to our school board members for your service and steadfast commitment to Lakeview students, families, and the community. Everyone appreciates the countless hours you put in behind the scenes, most of which folks don't know about, but we provide you plenty of reading material and plenty of things to answer questions about throughout the year. And that demands leadership and vision and advocacy for kids and families and our staff. And sometimes in not such pleasant environments, like a few years back when COVID was happening. It was a very different environment, obviously, than it is now again. You play a vital role in shaping those opportunities for us and our kids. So thanks to the community and on behalf of the community for supporting us and supporting families and kids in the center of your work and making them a priority every night. During School Board Recognition Month, we extend our sincere gratitude for your service and positive impact on public education. Now, that's the more formalized sort of thoughts. There's a little poem to go with it, In Lakeview schools where futures grow, you guide the path our students know. With steady hands and thoughtful care, you lead with vision always fair. Behind the scenes, yet strong in voice, you serve our schools and make the choice to place each child at the heart of it all. Through every challenge, rise and call. For time, commitment, leadership true, Lakeview thanks each one of you. This month and always, we recognize your lasting impact on our students' lives. Thanks for all what you're doing.
Mr. Paulson, thank you very much for the kind words and kind poem. I know for me, it's not because of money or anything like that. It's all about, getting kids ready for their next phase of life. It starts at home with mother and father. We look forward to, parents rearing their kids well, bringing them to school, helping them get educated. It goes beyond the classroom where the parents need to be engaged, and we thank each and every one of you for being engaged with your students. As we see here tonight, people are here because they're interested in their students. It's a good thing. However, for me, all the work that we do year in and year out, the reward is in late May, early June is when we see these kids earn their diplomas and they come walking across the stage and hand them their diploma, showing achievement again with the support of the parents, the support of the staff, the support of administration, and the board helping guide, some of the rules and the paths we go there. But, without everybody else making an impact, this would not happen. So again, thank you all very much for, recognizing us. It's, we appreciate it. And, we just keep doing what we do and keeping kids front and center. That's what this is all about, is education for the children so that they can be ready for the next phase of their life. So, again, thank you. Any other board members have comments? No?
Ditto.
Thank you.
Ditto.
Smiles, that's good.
We do have our ups and downs. There are times here tonight, it's a reward night where everybody's here to get recognized for good stuff. Fortunately this year, we haven't had, negative things happen, so it's all good. All right. Moving on to item K, student recognitions, Martin Luther King Jr. District Art Contest winners.
All right, Lakeview Public Schools students participated in a District Martin Luther King Jr. Student Art Contest. The theme of this year's contest was Building Community, a call to action to create a beloved community at every level through nonviolent principles, addressing needs in families, schools, neighborhoods, and social media, and by uniting the nation through compassionate, love-centered communication and transforming unjust systems. All art forms were accepted, so tonight we're going to recognize some of those students who submitted artwork and have won at the various buildings. So if you are here and you hear your name, please come on up, and we have a little award for you and would like to recognize you. So our elementary school overall winners, first place overall for elementary is for Veronica Gonzalez, 5th grade at Greenwood.
Congratulations, well done. There's a certificate for you and a little appreciation. Thank you.
Good job. Our second place overall elementary winner is McKenna Mickles from 4th grade Ardmore. We also had one classroom over at Princeton who did a whole class art submission, and so Mrs. Jackson's class at Princeton got an honorable mention, and there's pictures on everyone's table of those students getting their recognition as well, so we wanted to give them a shout out. Jefferson Middle School announced the following top 3 winners. First place went to Keegan Raidman, 6th grade. Second place, Eliana Rose Melby, 6th grade. And our third place winner at JMS is Sophia Winkler, 6th grade. And finally, at Lakeview High School, their art department announced these top 3 winners. First place went to Future Knight, 12th grade. And second place, Princess Mahale Ross, 12th grade. And then third place went to Madison Johnson Williams, also in 12th grade. The Lakeview Board of Education would also like to recognize and thank our district art teachers, along with these student artists, on a job well done. Please join us in congratulating all of them.
All right, once again, congratulations to all those receiving recognitions this evening and those that participated in this event. As we know, Mr. King was very much engaged in equal rights and the civil rights movement, and to this day, a lot of things wouldn't have happened positively that we see now without his contribution. So, well done, students. Appreciate it. Thank you. Moving on to general board policy and administrative regulations updates.
At this time, administration is requesting that the board approve the policy and administrative regulations updates as provided by Miller Johnson, our policy consultants. The first reading for consideration of these policy and regulation updates was completed at the December 2nd, 2025 regular meeting. The proposed updates include changes in the following areas: policy areas in the 4,000, 6,000s, that's personnel and facility and operations. Administrative regulation changes in the 3,000, 4,000, 6,000, and 8,000 areas, that's curriculum and instruction, personnel, facilities and operations, and general. Administration recommends approval at this time.
Mr. President, I move the Board of Education approve the policies and administrative regulation updates as provided by Miller Johnson as presented. Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Bear, support by Mr. Asha. Sorry, I neglected to submit this question ahead of time, but on the back of the second full page is written in there, Chief HR or Chief Curriculum. What's it going to be? Which one?
Well, it's depending on which statement you're filling in the blank for. One of them is an HR related, one of them is more curriculum related.
Okay, so that's going to
We'll
be...
fill those in that way, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. And item B, resolution authorizing 2026 school building and site bonds.
Tonight, administration is seeking approval of a resolution related to the sale of bonds resulting from the successful November 2025 election. The attached resolution directs and authorizes administration, bond counsel, and our municipal advisor to develop and execute all tasks and documents necessary to facilitate acquisition of $12.9 million in bond funding. The overall tasks and documents include, but are not limited to, issuance and sale of bonds in 2026 totaling $12.9 million in denominations of $5,000 or integral multiples, outlines procedures to complete the above with guidance from council and municipal advisors, summarizes the execution and form of the bonds, establishes a debt retirement fund, district account for revenue and debt payments, establishes a capital projects fund, district account for tracking interest revenue and project expenditures, administration to follow Department of Treasury requirements, procedures and documentation for tracking revenue, expenses, and project completion, broadly authorizes administration to execute the contracts and documents required for all of the above. Administration recommends approval of the attached resolution developed by Bond Counsel, Miller Canfield Law, and reviewed by our municipal advisor, Baker Tilly, as presented.
Mr. President, I move that the Lakeview Board of Education approve as presented the resolution authorizing administration to execute the sale of the 2026 school building and site bonds.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Taylor, support by Ms. Martin. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Personnel, item 8, changes in personnel.
Tonight, administration is bringing forward the following changes in personnel since the last presentation to the Board of Education on December 2nd. New hires, Janine Clore, district psychologist; Monica Person, district psychologist; Brittany Dupel, Greenwood Elementary latchkey assistant building aide; Ashley Bujak, Greenwood Elementary latchkey assistant building aide; and resignations as listed.
Mr. President, I recommend that the Lakeview Board of Education approve the changes in personnel as presented. Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Martin, support by Ms. Stanton. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Have we any new hires this evening?
I'm going to have Janine stand up first so I can say a few things about Janine. So Janine is coming to us. She has her bachelor's with her major in psychology from Wayne State University, with her master's in school and community psychology from Wayne State University. She has lots of experience in the school setting, including a time with us way back when she did some consultant services that we hired her to do some additional work for us before we 100% hired her. She's gone and done other things, has lots of experience, and now we're thrilled that she's coming back to us to join us, not in a consultant capacity, but in a full-time capacity. So we welcome you, and we're so glad to have you here. Great. And we also have Monica here, and Monica, she's got guests back there. I've been having fun listening to her. So Monica comes to us. She has experience with her Master's of Psychology from University of Detroit Mercy and her Bachelor's in Psychology and Behavioral Neuroscience from Grand Valley State. She has also some experiences that are interesting and bring her to us and made her such a really attractive candidate. She has school setting experience, but also behavioral technician with Gateway Pediatric Therapy. So a different kind of twist on some of those experiences that we know that we can utilize here in our school district, and we're thrilled to have her joining us. So Monica, you brought guests. Do you want to introduce your guest?
This is my daughter, Eleanor, and my husband, Ross.
Very nice. Well, welcome to our team. And those are our new hires this evening.
Once again, congratulations to all the new hires, and we look forward to a long and prosperous career.
Yay.
Cute little one. All right, moving on to curriculum. Item A, AP Environmental Science Course Proposal.
Lakeview High School is proposing a new AP Environmental Science course for students who have completed at least 2 credits of high school science. It is a college-level course designed to provide students with the basic scientific principles, concepts, and methodologies needed to understand the interrelationships of the natural world. Students will identify and analyze environmental problems, evaluate associated risks, and examine solutions. The course includes laboratory investigations, fieldwork, data analysis, critical thinking, and systems-based reasoning. It's a year-long course and would be offered new for the 26-27 school year. Students would take a full block class during semester 1, followed by a skinny class during semester 2, earning a total of 1.5 credits for the course. The total cost to implement AP Environmental Science will be determined when the accompanying textbook and resources review has been completed. The Lakeview High School Building School Improvement Committee and the District School Improvement Committee have reviewed and approved the new course proposal for AP Environmental Science. The Board of Education Curriculum Subcommittee has also reviewed the proposal, and it is being presented tonight for final review and approval by the full board.
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Education approve the AP Environmental Science course proposal for Lakeview High School to begin in the fall of 2026.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Taylor, support by Ms. Stanton. Discussion on the motion.
I just think it's fantastic how many AP classes we have, that we'll keep going, and we have so much available for people that want to take advantage of it. And a lot of schools can't say that, and it just makes us just a better school district.
All the different disciplines are definitely an advantage.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item B, English 3 Instructional Materials Proposal.
Lakeview High School is proposing the purchase of 5 new novels as instructional materials for their English 3 classes. The high school ELA committee has established goals to implement choice and independent reading, which students have responded favorably to. Research studies list greater enjoyment of reading, increased vocabulary scores and grammar assessments, and improved writing skills as some of the positive benefits students receive from literary choices. By offering a choice of texts as opposed to whole class units, teachers have the opportunity to facilitate literature circles, pairing students with high-interest texts that are relatable and engaging while also appealing to their specific reading level. High school staff is proposing the purchase of 50 copies of each of the following titles: The Grace Year, chosen by a variety of booksellers as a standout title for young adults; Kindred, included on numerous best-of lists; I Must Betray You, named Book of the Year by multiple sources; The People We Keep, earned critical praise and reader acclaim while being nominated for Best Fiction; and I Lived on Butterfly Hill, which received both an Author Award and Best Young Adult Fiction Book Award. The total cost of this proposal is $5,311. The Lakeview High School Building School Improvement Committee and the District School Improvement Committee have reviewed and approved these new instructional materials for English 3 classes. The Board of Education Curriculum Subcommittee has also reviewed the proposal, and it is being presented tonight for final review and approval by the full board.
Mr. President, I recommend that the Board of Education approve English 3 instructional materials proposal for Lakeview High School to begin fall 2026.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Martin, support by Ms. Taylor. Discussion on the motion. Once again, it wasn't said before, but, thanks to all of the staff that were involved in bringing this forward to us. It's greatly appreciated and recognized. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item C, JMS 2026-2027 course book.
The Jefferson Middle School Administrative Team is recommending revisions to the 26-27 Jefferson Middle School coursebook. The coursebook is attached with the proposed revisions identified and is coming to the full Board of Education for consideration and review this evening. Amanda Michaelevich, principal of Jefferson Middle School, is here to answer any questions that board members may have pertaining to the 26-27 Jefferson Middle School coursebook.
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Education approve the 2026-2027 Jefferson Middle School coursebook.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Bear, support by Ms. Martin. Discussion on the motion.
I would just like to commend the staff that was involved with putting forth the Jefferson Middle School coursebook, because there was so many different offerings to address all levels of education, the kids that are in need of help and the kids that can advance, and it's based on per content talent, which is amazing.
Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item D, LHS 2026-2027 course book.
The Lakeview High School Administrative Team is recommending revisions to their 26-27 Lakeview High School coursebook. The coursebook is attached with the proposed revisions identified and is coming to the full Board of Education for consideration and review this evening. Scott Kapla, principal of Lakeview High School, is here to answer any questions that board members may have pertaining to the 26-27 LHS coursebook.
Mr. President, I recommend that the Board of Education approve the 2026-2027 Lakeview High School coursebook as presented.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Martin, support by Mr. Bear. As we see these come across every year, it's paid off very well in the time that was spent in getting this started and coming up with a comprehensive course book like this for both JMS and the high school, and how we can just look at it and make revisions, and, the core content is basically there, easy to read, and good stuff for the students to use as reference. Any other comments?
Now that we've entered the AP environmental science, we just need to add that in.
I believe it was
It's there.
actually entered in the draft with the hope that it was going to be approved, and we would have revised.
It's not there, so that's.
Okay.
But when I have it is.
Okay,
Page 38?
maybe it's just under AP, because I was looking under just regular science
Yeah,
and.
that's fine.
Okay.
It's in the AP section.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is on page 38.
Okay.
For, in the AP.
Cool. Any other comments?
Just on page 10.
Oh, in the list of courses. Got it.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item E, MASC, MAHS, State Leadership Conference.
The Lakeview High School Student Council would like to travel to Grand Rapids for the Michigan Association of Student Councils and Honor Societies State Leadership Conference. This is a yearly event where students throughout the state gather to network, improve their leadership skills, and share ideas to help build stronger school communities. The conference provides student-driven presentations that include peer mentor groups, anti-bullying programs, and community service projects. Each presentation contains detailed information on the actions that student leaders can take to promote change while providing helpful ideas that show students how to incorporate new concepts and plans into their own schools. All transportation costs are being shared with the Regina High School Student Council. Accommodations are at the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel, which includes monitored hallways for evening safety and security. The students are responsible to pay $125 each towards the full cost of the trip, which is being paid with student council funds. Nicole McKay and Stephanie Gavinskis are the sponsors of this trip. They will depart from Lakeview High School on Saturday, February 21st, 2026 at approximately 10 a.m. and will return on Monday, February 23rd, 2026 at approximately 3 p.m.
Go ahead.
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Education approve the field trip for Lakeview High School Student Council to travel to Grand Rapids on February 21st, 2026, returning on February 23rd, 2026.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Taylor, support by Ms. Martin. Discussion on the motion.
I just appreciate that they are able to go. I know it's a great conference.
It is.
So I'm glad that Lakeview continues to support the students.
Cool.
I think it's great that we get to share with another school district as well. That's nice.
Resources. Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to come up with new ideas when somebody came up with it, and you can just borrow it.
Yeah.
And our kids share, oftentimes, we've had presenters at this state conference from our kids multiple times the last 10 years. So it is a great opportunity, and they're developing their own leadership skills by participating in that, not just, sharing back with their school.
Cool. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Bond item A, bid pack number 11, Lakeview High School deduct change order, Advanced Lighting and Sound Incorporated.
Tonight, administration is recommending a deduct change order to Advanced Lighting and Sound Incorporated for work at Lakeview High School. After bid submittals were received for bid package number 11, the team collaborated to value engineer equipment that was initially ordered and listed for the lighting updates planned. This was done by administration, Barton Mallow, and Partners in Architecture with the assistance of auditorium staff to look at potential cost reductions. Ultimately, the new plan would improve functionality, reduce the number of light fixtures needed for work to be completed by Advanced Lighting and Sound. The vendor agreed. After the discussion, administration directed Barton Mallow and PIA to accept the work scope reductions as proposed and track appropriate changes in contract over the course of the work, which was completed in November of 2025. The final deduct change orders were reviewed by both Barton Mallow and PIA. Both found the pricing to be appropriate for the reduction in the scope of work. Therefore, it is recommended the board approve deduct change orders and a contract decrease to Advanced Lighting and Sound Incorporated for a total savings of $41,347. Barton Mallow is here tonight to answer any questions the board may have.
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Education approve the deduct change order and contract decrease to Advanced Lighting and Sound, Inc. for the total savings of $41,347.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Bear, support by Ms. Martin. Discussion on the motion. Deducts are good.
Well, and I'll say, when we were considering the changes and cutting open the ceiling where some of the lighting comes through the roof deck up there above the seats, we were a little concerned that, we tap that wall up there or that ceiling up there and we find asbestos and it turns into a, just terrible situation. Timing, cost, all of it. And when that didn't happen, because you cut it open and it was tested, our Nova Environmental tested it, and it wasn't hot, it was like, oh boy, this is going to really improve things, really, big picture. So the functionality of that set of lights was so limited before because of the way it was designed in the 50s or 60s. And then the consultant and the vendor essentially was, he knows what high schools are about. So he was willing to say, you don't need to have this, you don't need to have this, you don't need to have this, you don't need to have this. It turns into $40-some thousand, which is
Perfect.
right.
Shangri-La. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Item B, bid pack number 11, Lakeview High School site work change order, Simone Construction Services.
Tonight, administration is recommending a deduct change order to Simone Construction Services for work at the Lakeview High School Pool Mechanical Room. During the work at the LHS Pool Mechanical Room in the summer of 2025, Simone fell behind on the dates where their portion of work needed to be completed. During this time, Barton Mallow Builders held multiple meetings with the leaders of Simone to push them to finalize the work, as this delayed other contractors from being able to meet their timelines as well. With the lack of adequate response from Simone, Barton Mallow Builders met with administration to begin the process of ending Simone's contract on the project. Administration agreed to end Simone's further involvement on the project and directed Barton Mello Builders to inform them of the intent to end their contract. Barton Mello Builders collected final costs from Simone on work that had been completed along with pricing on any materials that had already been purchased for the work at the pool. Ultimately, the final reduction in contract amount ended up being $188,809. Arrangements for the work that was not completed by Simone were approved previously, with Barton Mallow's concrete division stepping in to cover the problem. In short, the totality of the work completed by Simone and Barton Mallow Concrete ended up being less expensive compared to the original Simone bid price by about $108,000, when taking into account Barton Mallow's costs to complete the project. This deduct is specific to the original contract for Simone for the work they did not complete from the original bid. Therefore, it is recommended that the board approve a deduct change order and contract decrease to Simone Construction Services for $188,809. Barton Mello is still here.
I move that the Board of Education approve the deduct change order and contract decrease to Simone Construction Services for $188,809.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Bear, support by Ms. Martin. Discussion on the motion.
Safe to say Simone Construction won't be working in this building? Are they off all future projects?
Well, they can bid. We can't prevent people from bidding. But as you have heard us say, over the course of bonds, we determine who the lowest qualified bidder is.
And they are no longer qualified.
If they were to bid, we would review their bid and we would determine who the lowest qualified bidder would be.
Textbook
Taking
style.
note of the history we have with our work or lack thereof.
Absolutely. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Under other, I do have a couple quick questions with all that was going on this evening and the holidays, et cetera. Moving forward, the web camera, are we still going to be broadcasting on the internet? Or is it going to be a month or two that we're going to have to get caught up with getting all that connected?
I think we're going to have to evaluate the space to verify what we're capable of doing. I'm likely to suggest we will probably not be video streaming February. And you may want to just make note of that for the public, and we can
Right.
put that out on the website and all those things too, but
That's why I'm bringing it up here.
good.
Talking
Thank
about
you.
it. And then secondly, there was some questions last month and then over the holidays about, securing the properties. I know there was going to be some discussion with the custodial company, and has that been handled now? Because I noticed that gates were unlocked and the like for the 2 weeks we were.
The company has been informed of our expectations clearly, and they have articulated some of their intentionals, the planning intentions they have to correct the situations in multiple different meetings we've had. And I'm talking about the things that you've brought up specifically, plus things we've brought up independently, separately. We saw a list of those topics, and they have made the commitment they're going to correct it and make it better. We'll make that determination as we kind of watch
How
the
better
next
it
so
is.
many months.
Okay, so you'll report back to us on what the outcome is going to be and what they're going to do or intend to do, so we know what the ground rules are. All right, thank you.
Mr. President, seeing no more business before this board, I motion to adjourn. Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Bear, motion by Mr. Bear, support with Mr. Asha to adjourn. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We are adjourned 8:36 PM. Again, Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Oh, yes. Put your pen away yet.
Okay.
Is it last meeting?